here to talk to you a little bit about what you need to know with regards to hydrogen water. So I'm going to cover some of the studies, but right off the bat, when you go to buy hydrogen water, know
concentration, packaging, drinking right after opening, and making sure that you consider
the source of the water. That yes, you can buy a machine to hydrogenize your water, or you can buy daily packets for consumption. You can't afford several $1,000s into a machine and really assure that your water source is going to be pure. Highly recommend the packets of hydrogen water. They are a markup of up to 5 times what a expensive bottled water would cost. But you could argue you're going to save a lot in medical costs later on down the road if you start this habit now. So, what's an adequate amount to consume per day? Right now there is no industry standard, and so it's an emerging market. And so what we look to is the Molecular Hydrogen Institute standard of 3.3 ppm parts per million, or 3.3 milligrams per liter of hydrogen concentrated into a liquid per day. And so when you're looking at getting packets, they're going to be expensive because they're going to be, if they're good quality hydrogen packets to drink, they're going to contain that type of concentration in a small amount, so you don't have to sit there and drink 8 packets a day to get that, right? And the other thing is you have to drink it quickly. So a small packet, very quality membrane. Companies that do this well are sourcing from natural springs. An industry leader in hydrogen water and hydrogen water research is Japan. Research and science coming out now is showing that when you consume the adequate concentration of hydrogen on a daily basis, over time, this really does affect you at the cellular level. What is hydrogen? Molecular hydrogen, H2 as we call it, is the lightest and most abundant element in Earth's atmosphere. But hydrogen at a molecular level is so tiny that it can go all the way into and activate the mitochondria, the energy powerhouse of our cells. It may play a role in the treatment and prevention of a variety of acute and chronic inflammatory diseases such as acute pancreatitis, sepsis, respiratory disease, ischemia, reperfusion injury diseases, autoimmunity diseases, and many. One of the studies that is posted in the International Journal of Molecular Medicine found that hydrogen alleviates mitochondrial dysfunction and organ damage via autophagy mediated inactivation in sepsis. And so there are more and more studies like this coming out to show that for this critical cellular survival function process called autophagy, hydrogen is supportive of it. H2 is primarily administered via inhalation, often used in emergency settings in ambulances, but it's also administered through drinking H2-rich water, injecting H2 saline, and even bathing or immersing in H2 water. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration acknowledged that H2 gas as food additives when used in drinking water or beverages is
safe.
It may participate in the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant activity or mitochondrial energy metabolism. It may help support immune system regulation. Administration of H2 in many different rat models of neurodegenerative disorders, including Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and dementia, showed that when the H2 was administered, it did improve memory function of rats. And more recently, in severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2. So a lot of what H2 can do has not been revealed yet, right? H2 has a promising potential for clinical use against many diseases by buffering oxidative stress. So oxidative stress, when you hear that word, is a central role in the pathogenesis of various chronic diseases. The more we can slow the oxidation process, the more we can support a slower aging process and living healthier for longer. And this shows up in our skin. Our muscles recover quickly. They heal and repair faster with that supported autophagy process. There are many studies and a lot of clinical trials ongoing. This is an area to watch. Take some hydrogen water every day. It's natural. Cheers to hydrogen.